Hey guys, my name is Emma. Welcome to Meditate with Emzel. I'm so glad you've joined me today. We are going to do a short meditation on the tarot card Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. So this card is all about understanding and accepting your emotions, but still allowing your inner intellect to play a part in your decision making so that you're not really just thrown open to the spectrum of your emotional world and feeling lost in that way, but instead you can use decisiveness and the mind, in a sense, to cut through all of that, sort it, filter it, and take steps towards your goals. So join me. Let's do this short meditation. Okay, so to get started, find a comfy sitting position. I'm sitting on a pillow here. You can be just sitting on a chair on the floor, or you can be laying down. The only thing I don't recommend is just laying on your bed as if you're about to fall asleep. So, to begin, I want you to close your eyes. We're going to take a deep inhale in for 4. Hold for 2. And exhale for 6. In for 4. Hold for 2, and exhale for 6. In for 4. Hold for 2, and exhale for 6. One last one. In for 4. Hold for 2. And exhale for 6. I want you to take one hand and put it on your heart. One hand, place it on your low stomach. And keep breathing in this pattern. And when we breathe like this, we allow our parasympathetic nervous system to activate. This means that we tell our body that it is okay to finally rest. We don't need to keep thinking and worrying about what's next. Our fight or flight response is deactivated. And physiologically we learn, okay, I can really drop in. So do your best to continue that deep breathing as we go through. Eventually your breath may settle. That's okay. But we always like to start out with this to get grounded. So with the feeling of your heartbeat in one hand, and the expansion and contraction of your stomach in the other, I want you to bring to mind all of the strong emotions that you felt over the past 3 days. What intense moments of joy were there? What strong moments of anger, maybe, frustration, worry. Identify 3 moments that you've had over the past 3 days that were filled with intense emotion. I want you to identify in these moments, what did you feel that you needed to do? Did you feel that because you had a strong moment of joy, that you needed to cling to it, to hold on to it forever? That if it left and turned into neutrality, or you shifted into something of sorrow, did you feel guilt or like you were doing something wrong? Or if you were in anger, the sticky emotion that can be. What need did you feel arise? Did you feel the need to lash out? Or maybe you felt the need to completely suppress it, make it go away because you've been trained that anger is bad. Reflect on this for a few moments, identifying how you felt you needed to act because of these strong emotions. With these memories in mind, I want you to imagine the imagery on the Queen of Swords. Tarot is a tool to show us things we already know more deeply about ourselves. It's not about future casting or anything like that. So you see a woman confidently poised and seated, and she has a sword in her hand. She knows that emotions are on an ever-moving spectrum. That they come, that they go, and that is the fact of human existence. She also knows that we're meant to feel all things. That's why we're here. That's why we agreed to be part of this human experience. And she knows that there's no guilt attached to feeling any emotion at all. And I want you to imagine yourself as this figure, no matter what gender you identify with, this regal figure, sword in hand, with complete acceptance to your emotions. You see your emotional world in front of you, almost like your kingdom, but you rule it fairly. So with that, you know on an intellectual level that when things like shame and guilt start to creep into this land over which you rule, that they actually serve no purpose. You're here to light fires to your houses and break into your castle. They do not help your cause whatsoever. So you do not allow them in. When you have strong emotions, they come knocking at the door, but you do not allow them in. And you also know that you are seated in the throne of power here. Your emotions are not. So you see them, and they are part of you, but they do not rule you. They are simply part of your experience, and you accept and you love each and every one of them. Even the lowly ones that might cause you pain are difficult to accept. I know for me that's anger, it's sorrow, it's grief, but they are still very much part of this kingdom you rule. But with your sword, you cut down the things that stand in the way, ruling a healthy and flourishing inner world. You don't allow the things to come in which cause guilt and shame and fear. You see this full spectrum to which you feel and which you are here to feel with purpose, and you allow it all to exist, but you do not allow it to guide you day in and day out. It passes through you, and you continue moving towards the vision of the life that you want to create for yourself. Spend a few moments in this imagery. You as the regal figure, accepting all parts of you, but having a sense of domination over them, not being controlled and whipped about by them. Put yourself in this sort of driver's seat and feel what that feels like. full acceptance, full feeling of emotions, but also full fairness to yourself, the directions which you know you are meant to go in this life. Not finding yourself distracted or pulled away by each and everything you feel. Just simply giving it its time, giving it its grace, and continuing to move forward. So when you're ready, sway a little bit back and forth. Maybe you decide to rub your hands together, release some of the heat on your chest and your belly. I always give my hands a little kiss. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself today. It inspires me that you are here and that you are willing to take up this practice with me for you. And have an absolutely lovely day. You can find more meditations like this, the rest of my channel on my Instagram. And if you enjoyed this tarot-based meditation, I do a partnership with tarot reader Jane Zogby, where she does a 1 or 3 card pull with you. And with the outcomes of that reading, we work together to build you a custom meditation only for you, based on what you all talked about, what revelations you had, and the direction that you are aiming to move with your life. So if that's of interest to you, please reach out. You can also contact me at authenticityremastered@gmail.com. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. You're absolutely lovely, and I'm so proud of you.